in one convenient place. Plus, Vizio TVs have all your favorite apps built in, like iHeartRadio, so you can stream that festive music playlist. MyHub makes it simpler to find what you want when you want it. Visit Vizio.com/iHeart and experience entertainment made easy today.
People don't listen to radio ads. While you're driving or making a sandwich, your subconscious pays full attention. So relax. Let it take over.
Sunday makes yard care simple with a custom plan based on your soil, climate, and yard size. No pesticides, no harsh stuff. 20% off. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, a smarter, healthier yard.
AirTasker knows that your phone sounds like this first thing in the morning.
Oh boy, I need a barista with a truck for my pop-up store opening, projector and sound system for a drive-in film festival, and I think Marcus needs a mohawk. Marcus is a poodle.
Pass the ding on to us. Post your tasks on airtasker.com or download the app, set your budget, and local taskers will take care of the rest.
Very punk rock, Marcus.
AirTasker. Get anything done.
Let's be real, Texas. Round here, egg salad isn't egg salad unless it's made with Miracle Whip. You know it, your neighbors know it. Heck, everyone from Amarillo to Brownsville knows it. That tangy zip of Miracle Whip doesn't just jazz up bland dishes. It's the reason you never have leftover egg salad. So here's to you for keeping it bold, keeping it zippy, and keeping Miracle Whip right where it belongs. In all your favorite recipes. Buy Miracle Whip at your local grocery store and get your tang on, Texas.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, sunshine for your Friday, a high near 70, clear tonight, a low of 50. Saturday, sunshine, a high in the upper 70s, a low of 52.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry, injury attorneys available 24/7.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Austin, Texas.
Ready? AM 1300, the Zone.
Top the next hour, we'll call it a little over 10 minutes from now. We are going to tell you about somebody who's having to answer questions that they don't want to be answering in the world of football. That'll be yours right here on FSR. Before we get to this conversation, though, about potential history in the NFL, a reminder that with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us in all of our Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day, and be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so we'll always pop up at the top of your screen. All right, so we do have the potential of some history in the NFL that could go down later on this weekend. Let's talk about the NFC East. All right. The NFC East has gotten around.
Oh, wow.
If.
In what way?
And better yet, when.
Okay.
The Eagles beat the Commanders on Saturday night. The Philadelphia Eagles will become the first NFC East team to win back-to-back division titles since 2004. Right. 2004.
Which would have been the Eagles.
Yeah. So over 20 years, everybody's taken a turn. So that division title has hoarded itself out to everybody.
Dang.
So everybody's gotten a turn with the division title. There.
Not everybody.
Well, Dallas has won the division.
Okay.
Washington's won the division. Philly's won it. The Giants.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
right. You're right.
Everybody's gotten a turn with that division.
Yeah, you're right.
It also, the fact that you've seen that much, I think it's it's emblematic of the NFL to where it's so 1 year you're great, 1 year you're not. But in that division, it's really just been all over the place. It also makes what New England did that much more impressive. So New England won the AFC East 11 straight years from 2009 to 2020 with Tom Brady as the starting quarterback of the Patriots. with him as the guy in New England, the Patriots won the AFC East 17 out of 19 years.
That's crazy, man. And you know what's even crazier than that is Patrick Mahomes' stats are better than Tom Brady's right now up to this point. That's crazy, man.
It's just so that ought to show you and by the way, one of those years that they didn't win the division, the Patriots, that was the year that he got hurt in the first game. Speaking of Patrick Mahomes, he got hurt with a knee injury against the Chiefs in the first game. And then it was Matt Castle who took over. They ended up not going to the playoffs that year, but they were still 11-5.
Still a good team, yeah.
And then I'm like looking around going, well, you know, who's had the longest drought from winning a division?
The Giants.
The Cleveland Browns.
Oh, in the whole entire league?
Last won the division in 1989.
Damn.
They had to get up on out of here and go to Baltimore.
I mean, that's like that training league, that development league.
That's
team.
the James Madison.
Yeah, that's the JMU.
Yeah, Nick Saban, I think, was a part of that staff.
Yeah, he probably was. Yeah. That won it.
So he's speaking from experience.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to be behind.
So maybe some.
Dang.
Wait, what?
Hour 3 coming at you. Right. Pause.
Quick timeout. Timeout, I say. Holiday upgrade check. If your TV struggles in the red zone, it's time. TCL's QD Mini LED is the difference. Outrageous brightness, deep contrast, accurate color, and silky motion. So every route, replay, and highlight looks epic. Movies feel cinematic. Games play smoother, and yes, your crew will notice. Here's the kicker. With holiday savings off select TCL TVs, go premium with the QM8K. Brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice, or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience. Lock in epic experiences, epic savings, and undeniable bragging rights all season long while supplies last. TCL is an official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See site for details.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
2 right lanes are blocked off by an overturned vehicle accident on I-35 southbound at Wells Branch Parkway. It's the reason speeds are stop and go from Hester's Crossing, causing a 15-minute slowdown. And a serious crash closes down all lanes on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before. Furnished by Genuine.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
This winter, the world will be watching the best skaters chase their Olympic dreams. For your child, that dream could start right here at your local rink. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build strength, confidence, and courage, the same qualities that take athletes to the Olympic ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. This is where the journey begins. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com, because every champion starts with a first glide.
Get your mother-loving ears on, because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
The world's best ski and snowboard athletes are chasing medals. Now you can follow their every move. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program, and get premium viewing at World Cup ski events, exclusive athlete meetups, discounts from brands you love, and a custom welcome gift mailed direct to your doorstep. This winter, show your support as they race for the podium. Head to insider.usskiandsnowboard.org and join today.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
Debit card.
their debit card.
Leave that thing.
Not the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the audio-visual consultation studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the horns, 1300 The Zone.
Okay. Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
Or wherever you may be listening, this is a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. The 40 Acres continues to have shakeups. The college football playoffs start tonight. The NFL weekend started off with a bang. Cam Heide of Texas men's basketball got a chance to talk to the media yesterday. And speaking of media, Ann Parker Coleman joins us at 8:17. And we have a boxing match. Well, maybe it's a boxing match. We'll talk about it a little bit later. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. Well, a lot has happened in the 40 Acres here recently. A lot of changes, a lot of people in the transfer portal, coaches on the move. But yesterday, there was some news that came out on the 40 Acres that wasn't only shocking to those that are following the Texas Longhorns, it was shocking to those that actually are working to make sure that the Texas Longhorns are ready to roll. And here it is, Texas getting ready to go into the bowl game. And some news comes out on the 40 Acres yesterday that might be changing the direction of the squad. But I want you to hear this conversation that had taken place just November the 24th. Coach Sark made a statement that my guy Jeff Jones of KView found, and he posted this yesterday, and then we'll tell you what the news is.
We don't need to try harder on defense. We need to keep doing our job really well. And I think that it sounds like a simple fix, and we've obviously addressed it. But when you look at where some of our breakdowns occurred Saturday, it's from really veteran players who have played high-level football for us that we just need to get them back to playing within the scheme of the defense and playing to their capabilities. If we do that, we'll be a lot better off than where we've been maybe the last couple weeks.
And with that being said, the news comes down yesterday that they brought back a blast from the past, and hopefully this is what it brings.
Will's got to be here. Does everybody see that? Gap control. Everybody just do your job. You understand that?
There it is. Will Muschamp, Coach Boom, back on the 40 acres. And Mark, when the news came out yesterday, it was, let's just say a lot of people were caught off guard when that happened yesterday.
A lot of people were caught off guard except for football people. Texas, Hard, you said it best this season. Excuse me. This season, you said, why are we playing 15 yards off the ball? That's my Hardge impersonation.
I'm like, whoa.
Why are we playing 15 yards off the ball? Well, guys, you won't see that. Will Muschamp is a guy that likes to challenge and play bump and run. If you don't play good bump and run coverage, your 5-star rear end will be playing for somebody else because he does not play. And he hits 5 gaps. He wants to have at least one free rusher. So who's that going to be? Brian Arakpo don't play for Texas no more. But when he did, he was the man because he had one-on-ones because there were 5 men on the line of scrimmage at all times. You are in trouble, guys. If you are playing against Texas with his gap scheme, all you got to do is check out the team that beat Texas. Georgia consistently beat Texas because of the gap scheme and the bump and run coverage against our receivers. I rest my case.
I don't know if it's resting your case, but I will say this. I was questioning some of the depth in which our defense was playing, but let's not forget about the years before PK got here. You've also put a bunch of guys in the NFL. He's put 9 guys on that defensive side of the ball in the NFL over the last couple years. We've seen development on that side of the ball. I don't understand how the fact that there were some times where the offense did not score points and the defense kept us in the ball game. You got all Americans representing you on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I do understand you can't prevent defense prevents you from winning the games, but as a head coach, you can get into that headset and say, hey, no, we need to change our defense and be able to attack. There's a lot of it. I said it, all gas, no brakes. That plays on the offensive side of the ball too. We haven't seen anything happen on that side of the ball yet.
Well, we do. We have to see more of an aggressive downfield striking offense, as well as a defense that plays man coverage. Sometimes you don't have to do bump and run, but 5 yards, not 15, especially in a situation where you're 3rd down and 7. Like 3rd down and 7, and you playing 10 yards off the ball, all you got to do is throw a hit. You're going to fall 5. And Texas, that's what Texas failed to a lot of times. And Hardge, we complained about it. I'm not saying that Coach PK and Coach Aquino were not great coaches. Yes, they were great coaches. But if you want an aggressive style of offense and you're not getting it, you shouldn't have to micromanage your coaches. You shouldn't have to say, hey, guys, maybe we should bump and run. Maybe we should play. You shouldn't have to do that.
Tell Nick Saban that. Tell Nick Saban that. He learned under that tree, right? Those are the things that, hey, at the end of the day, you're the head coach of the team.
It's my decision.
It's your decision on what happens with this team. Look,
well, maybe that's why they got to change.
What do you mean?
Maybe he wanted that and didn't get that.
Maybe
you don't make wholesale changes like this and make statements like he just made. That statement that he made was not a statement recent. That was during the season.
Yep.
So he already had in his mind that he wanted more.
Yeah, it seems to be. But again, some people that are close to the program seemed very shocked about this as well. I know that you look at the numbers and where Texas has been over the last few years. Yes, there might have been some things in the secondary that was different, but let's not forget they were third in sacks this past year. And you got some specials from some guys that hadn't been out there playing at a high level. So it's an interesting move, to say the least. And to back up what you were talking about, Dwayne Akina, who was just returned, the godfather of DBU, had just returned to the 40 acres. He, too, was relieved of his duties yesterday, and it did put college football in a buzz to see that happen, not only because of the movement of letting PK and Dwayne Akina go, Coach Akina go, but it was the fact that you're bringing back someone who was integral in the success of Texas football. But, Mark, let's be honest with that, man. That was a while back. That was a while back. It's kind of like when people were like, oh, Dwayne Akina's coming back. And they were like, well, that was a long time ago when Texas did this or Texas did that. Fact still remains, you're making a change, and you're making a change before a bowl game as well.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's not going to be wholesale changes between now and the bowl game. But what you will have is you'll have, just like we talked about the running backs coach coming and him being able to bring people with him that he knows will help Texas in the future. You'll have the same thing with Muschamp. There's going to be a couple of people brought in that he's like, no, I know this guy with what y'all already have is going to make Texas the team. So look forward to some really intense veteran defensive players that'll be coming to the 40 acres.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be paying attention to it, especially now you start looking at all the moves that are being made across college football. I guarantee if PK wants to coach, it won't be long before he gets an opportunity to be on there. One thing that kind of is funny is the money situation again, but Texas is able to stroke that check, I guess you would say. Coming up next, we're going to continue to talk NFL. We got college football playoffs. We've got Quinn Ewers back in the league. We also got Texas basketball conversation with Cam Heide, one of the best players on the team, and he talks about the competitiveness of it all. We'll continue it right here on a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app.
Texas basketball is back on the hardwood, and AM 1300 The Zone is your home for every bucket.
How about poke for three? How about it?
Every dunk.
Now drives, baseline, goes up with a two-handed jam. Oh, what a throwdown.
Every heart-stopping moment.
Come on, drives in, off the glass. Good. It's good. Here's Taylor, 2 seconds. Launches from midcourt. Off the rim, no good. Texas wins the game.
All season long on The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Big delays on I-35 southbound this morning, trying to head into town. A crash at Wells Branch Parkway blocks off 2 right lanes, causing a 30-minute backup and has you all tied up from Hester's Crossing. And a serious accident closes down both directions of FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Let's be real, Texas. Round here, egg salad isn't egg salad unless it's made with Miracle Whip. You know it, your neighbors know it. Heck, everyone from Amarillo to Brownsville knows it. That tangy zip of Miracle Whip doesn't just jazz up bland dishes. It's the reason you never have leftover egg salad. So here's to you for keeping it bold, keeping it zippy, and keeping Miracle Whip right where it belongs in all your favorite recipes. Buy Miracle Whip at your local grocery store and get your tang on, Texas.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Did you know that the average divorce costs $20,000 per person in legal fees alone? At Hello Divorce, the average cost is 90% cheaper. I'm Erin Levine. I spent 20 years as a divorce attorney, and I built Hello Divorce to give you the support I wish more people had. With over 15,000 divorces, Hello Divorce is 90% cheaper, 2/3 faster, and the highest rated online divorce platform on Trustpilot. Find your way forward at hellodivorce.com/iHeart.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
The world needs Sesame Street. And right now, Sesame needs you. Donate today at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference. AirTasker helps you cross things off your list fast.
Today's list: fix the front gate, hire a bassist for my new experimental band. Oh, and someone to fix the hot water heater.
At AirTasker, we connect you with local taskers who can get it all done.
I just post my tasks, set my budget, and taskers are there to help. Bass player, already warming up. Water, also warming up.
Go to airtasker.com or download the app. AirTasker. Get anything done.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price you see is the price you get. Like a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT with $15,000 off MSRP. No required dealer accessories when you arrive. No market adjustments. And we have over 40 lenders competing for your business. And when banks compete, you save. That's why Henna is Austin's favorite Chevy dealership. For a lower price made easy. Together, let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. In the next segment, we will be talking more NFL. And the reason why I said more is because right now we're about to get into the conversation. Last night's game, Thursday night football, probably one of the biggest games of the year, had a lot of bearing on what is going on in the NFC, what's going on in the NFC West. And it went to overtime last night, and the Rams come up short 38-37 to the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks came from behind to win that game to score 24 points in the fourth quarter and the overtime combined on a 2-point conversion that was a little bit controversial at the end, and a lot of folks were not happy about the call.
To go that way, 3 receivers to the left. Quick throw here and into a lot of traffic and incomplete. Man, there was a whole traffic jam on the left side.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback threw a backward pass, which was recovered in the end zone by the offense in a successful conversion.
That is the craziest ever.
Craziest ever. Great.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that is how that game ends for them to get that win.
Crazy. I'm shaking my head because all I can think of is this dude I know that said, yo, man, that's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. That was crazy work.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen that before. Have you ever seen that before?
No. Well, I've seen a lateral that people didn't think was a lateral, but I didn't think it would come into a situation where the game is about to end in such a crazy way to extend for them to have another part of the game to be able to play. It's unbelievable when you start to look at.
It's always Seattle.
It is always Seattle. It's that 12th man up there that they got.
It's always in Seattle. You're right about that, because remember the famous Green Bay Hail Mary game.
That's right. That's right. It's just unbelievable when you start to watch some of these games and the bearing in which it had. You know, this was for them to, if LA wins that, they win the division, they're locked in, and now they're not in first place, because Seattle now is in first place, but the team that has the destiny in front of them is the 49ers. If the 49ers win their next 3 games, they win the division.
Right.
Think about who they are as a team and what they have gone through all season long with the injuries and everything else that goes along with that. It is such a crazy, crazy weekend. But again, you look at what happens. This was one of the biggest matchups of the weekend, and that is why that game had so much to it last night. Started off a little bit slow. You weren't going to think there was going to be that many points, and then boom, here they are, 38-37 in an epic Thursday night matchup.
They won that game, Hardge. Seattle won that game, and I was happy excuse me, that they won the game. But I still think the Rams are a better team, just like I said last week or at the beginning of the week. I think the Rams are better. If they had Devontae Adams, he would change a 1-point loss to at least a 7 to 8 point win. So I still think them to be the better team.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because you look at Seattle and how they continue to find ways to win. That's their 5th straight win. They are 5-0 in their last 5. The Rams are now 3-2 in their last 5, but the 49ers are the team that control their own destiny. If they win out, they win the division and will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, especially when you look across the NFL and across the NFC. You look at what Philadelphia is about to do. They're about to play the Commanders. Chicago, big matchup tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we got NFL action tomorrow as the Bears and the Packers will go at each other tomorrow. Who do I have playing that game? Is it the Packers? Yeah, Bears and Packers are tomorrow night, 7:20. You got the Eagles and the Washington Commanders tomorrow at 4 o'clock. But again, the Niners control their destiny in that division. Look at what Matthew Stafford was able to do last night, going for 457 yards. And they had their running game going. They ran the ball 39 times. They looked decent. But you're right. Without having without having Devontae Adams, you had to have some other guys step up. We got Jordan Whittington out there. He had a big catch for 19 yards. And on the defensive side, can we say enough good things about Byron Murphy and what he's been able to do for the Seattle defense?
Byron Murphy is worth his weight in gold. We always knew. We saw him play at Texas, and he wasn't the only one that played for Texas that was showing out. On the other side of the defensive line, you had a veteran, Poona Ford, who was able to handle his business as well. You want to notice something hard, just to make a point? Both of those guys are 6 feet tall. They're not the biggest humans. They just know how to play football. They're strong at the point of attack. And Byron Murphy, you see him handling those offensive linemen. I mean, like, he is putting people in their place. Like, it's about being more dominant than the guy in front of you. And Byron Murphy did that last night.
Yep. So here's the funny thing about it is you being generous when you said they're both 6 foot.
Well, we know Poona's 5'11".
He is putting in major work and has always been able to do that. So you're right. But I'm with you. The only thing I'm mad about last night is if the Rams win that, they win the division, and I can cash a ticket that I had out there. They were my NFC West. They were my NFC West champion at the beginning of the season.
I'm sorry, man.
But if you would have told me that Matthew Stafford would be the MVP of the league, I wouldn't have put money on that one. But he continues to look well. And you got to give it to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, who will always see ghosts and will never be able to live that down. He came back after his bad performance early in the game to get ready to go in the second half and got his team in position to win that ball game.
And for a moment, it looked like you heard the announcer say, well, every quarterback has their kryptonite.
Yep.
They said that in the game. They put a fork in them. They said, oh, they done. They down 30-14. Sam Darnold looks like he's seeing ghosts. He's not making plays. What happened, Hardge? Late in the game, he stepped up and he delivered for his team. And I think that he might have vanquished the demons because he looked like the quarterback that was killing it at Minnesota last year.
Yeah, he looked like that guy that has been very locked in when it comes to getting his team put in the right position. But, you looked at Jackson Smith and Jigba. We talked about him the other day, about how he may be the best wide receiver in the game right now. He started off slow, but then he got hot, and they started finding him, and he finished with 96 yards and a touchdown. And it's just some of those things. And Kenneth Walker, my season is over in fantasy football, and then he decides, oh, you know what? I'm a bust for 100 for the first time all year long.
And touchdown. Listen, I had him too. Listen, how many times on fantasy football, Hardge, did he give you 9 points?
Yeah.
9. I drafted him with my 3rd pick. 3rd. He was the 3rd pick on my team.
He was setting it up just for y'all.
He was giving me Bijan numbers.
Oh, here we go.
What happened? What did I say?
Bijan still got good numbers, man.
Catching strays for no reason at all.
Don't do that to Bijan, man. The season's,
Bijan.
Bijan, he's gonna be ready this weekend. I ain't worried about you. Coming up next, we're gonna continue these conversations, more NFL action, and we get to hear about Quinn Ewers getting his first NFL start, and we'll hear from some of his teammates right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
All lanes are back open after a crash cleared on I-35 southbound at Wells Branch Parkway, but the opposite direction, I-35 northbound at Kyle at FM 150. An accident blocks off 2 right lanes, causing a 30-minute backup. And all lanes are blocked off due to a crash on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Hardge here, and the holidays are officially rolling in at Cover Ford Huddle, and we're celebrating the season with big gift wrap savings all month long. Right now, get $12,558 off the MSRP on a new 2025 Ford Super Duty F-250 SRW Lariat. And if you're shopping smart for the perfect truck, how about $10,703 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Ford F-150 XLT? No crowds, no waiting, no last-minute holiday stress. Just powerful trucks, legendary Covert family service, and year-end savings worth unwrapping early. Merry Christmas from Covert Ford Huddle, right off of 79 in Huddle, CovertFordHuddle.com.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Around the holidays, it's hard to find the right gifts, but you know what's even harder? Getting the right gift. And Verizon is here to help. This holiday, Verizon's giving you incredible gifts and savings you'll enjoy all year. When you switch, you'll get 4 new iPhone 17s. No trade-in needed. Save big on 4 lines and the iPhone 17 for every line. Save big this holiday. Visit Verizon today. Additional terms apply. For phone offers, see Verizon.com for details.
The world's best are chasing gold. Get inside the action and support the team. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program, for exclusive perks. Visit insider.usskiandsnowboard.org to join today.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Is it just me, or has watching TV gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are like a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch, but can never find. And don't even get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully, there's Philo, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love. MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it. Plus, everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They've added access to HBO Max Basic with ads plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts, no surprise fees, just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. A total game changer. I signed up directly at Philo.tv, that's PHILO.tv, so I could lock in the best price around. Philo's the easiest decision I've ever made. Now, the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
Dylan Harper dropped in 24 to help the Spurs crush the Wizards at home. Texans go for their 7th straight win when they host the Raiders Sunday. Cowboys and Chargers in Arlington corner Deron Bland facing another foot surgery. Seahawks came from 16 down in the 4th quarter, beat the Rams in overtime to clinch a playoff spot and take over first in the NFC West. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Lowe's.
Stay home and save big online during Lowe's December deal drops. All rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop Lowe's.com December deal drops today. Not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms subject to change.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to a Feel Good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. I want to get into this conversation because the news came out of Miami that one Tua Tagovailoa, who we talked about yesterday, and his financial obligation to the team, how much money, what, where, when, and how. And all of a sudden, they made the move from not only not having Zach Wilson as the starter, they made the move straight to one Quinn Ewers. And Mark, we didn't get a chance to have your thoughts on that, but what was, when you first heard that Quinn was going to be the starting quarterback, what went through your mind?
I thought that now is the time to figure out what you got in the cupboard. If you're not going to use it, then go ahead and get rid of it. They're going to try out these guys now. There's not just Quinn, but there's several other guys that they talked about Miami getting playing time because they want to see how they react in game situations against NFL talent. So this is a dress rehearsal.
Well, the one thing that I'm worried about is not just the thought of Quinn, but it was more about the quarterback position, because the quarterback position is, you could try out whoever you want at other positions, but the quarterback position is something that your team needs, and you still have to have guys that believe that you're trying to win on the team as well. You just throwing people out there because you want to see what's in the cupboard. I want to win too. I want to make sure that we're trying to win. So what you got?
Well, these guys, everybody want to win, Hardge. I mean, nobody goes out with the intent on, we're just going out here just to try guys out. They want to win the game. But you got to look at the biggest factor in this is you have Tua Tagovailoa, who is very injury prone and has had some problems. If you're going to move him, and you know that, man, I don't want to get this guy hurt in the last 3-4 weeks. The last thing I need to do is have him out there get hurt. It's going to devalue what little bit of cachet he may have left. So they're wrapping him in bubble wrap, and they already got the box that they're going to ship his butt off and set up because they don't want him to be injured.
Right. Yeah, it's something to pay attention to, but being benched is something that Quinn Ewers had a little bit of experience with, and it was a time where he had to adjust, and he spoke on the fact of that happening to him and how he relates to what Tua's going through.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, in Tua's shoes, it's tough. Last year I was benched in the middle of a game last year, so I mean, I know how he feels, and it's a bad feeling. But he's been. I mean, this morning we figured out, and even within these hours, he's helped me a ton. Obviously because the guys are used to him being in there. So I have to do some minute things, that some of his mannerisms in the cadence and how he shifts people and whatnot, and who shifts on themselves sometimes. But I mean, he's been really helpful and in a tough situation, and I know a frustrating situation that he's in.
Very, very mature answer from one Quinn Ewers. And why I say that's mature, Devin Achane, the top running back on that team, also talked about Quinn's maturity. And he may be a rookie, but he acts like a vet.
Him being confident in himself. Like you said, we know he's a rookie, but when he out there, he acts just if he was, a vet. And that's how you want, your rookie to act. So, him being out there, it's not like, we look at him as a rookie. We look at him as our QB1, as which he is. So, And you can just tell like the confidence he have out there. Like any other rookie probably be nervous, especially when you playing the QB spot. But I mean, he don't show none of that.
Understood. There he is. Quinn Ewers going to get his opportunity to be the starting quarterback for the for the Miami Dolphins from the University of Texas. And I can't wait. But the interesting part about it is he's going to be playing against a guy in Joe Burrow, who a lot of folks are trying to figure out what's his future going to look like. And if Joe Burrow decides that he wants to leave Cincinnati and they find a way to get a trade for him, what team would you want to see Joe Burrow on with his talent, but also your team's talent?
You know what? I think a team like Pittsburgh would be great. We know Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there. They're going to have plenty of money to spend, and you're going to have to give up a lot of resources as far as draft capital in the future. But I think that a team that's got a good defense is where he needs to go. He doesn't need to go to a team with all the flashy pieces. They've done that before. They brought him all the flashy pieces with Chase and Higgins. I think he needs to go to a really strong defensive team that is already established, and all they need is a quarterback. And Pittsburgh is one of those teams. You can pick other ones. There are other teams out there, but that's the one that I see.
Would Minnesota be a place? You got Justin Jefferson, one of his former teammates at LSU. He's a guy that's going to be there for a while. Their defense is, it can be better, but their offense is probably the thing that is worse for them. Would you look at him as a New Orleans Saint? Now, going back to the boot, being able to go and be in that area, would you make a move for him and try to add another piece with him? I'm just looking at teams that definitely need quarterbacks. Tyler Shuck has done well for New Orleans. I mean, the numbers don't tell you that. But overall, if you go back and watch some of the games that he's played in and seen some of the things around him that he was able to do, that might be a good spot for him. And Arizona is just completely out of there. I think they're going to get rid of Kyler Murray, as crazy as that sounds. New York Jets is another spot that you don't know.
They have a lot of assets.
Right.
When you talk about who has the most assets, the Jets have enough draft picks to build the whole team.
Right.
And, like if you want an established guy, hey, that's a good option too. But they have a good defense. I'm just saying, go send him. He's got to go somewhere with a good defense.
Well,
and build the offense around him.
He needs a good offensive line. He's probably one of the most sacked players since David Carr in the NFL at the quarterback position since he's been in the league, and he still got his team to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, as much as you want to be around a good defense, he's had those before. He just hadn't had the offensive line that has been built around to protect him. They've been waiting for him to just do his magic instead of protecting their franchise quarterback. Coming up next, we're going to talk Texas basketball. We got a chance to talk to one of the transfers that has a lot of experience, and he talks about iron sharpening iron right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on that iHeart Radio app.
The future is here. Arch Manning.
Arch to the 10. Arch to the 5. Arch to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas.
Hear every throw, every scramble, every touchdown on your home for the Horns.
Arch makes a tackle. 50, 45, to the 30. Dare I say it? Say goodnight to it. 67 yards. Arch to the house.
Don't miss a single moment of the Manning era on 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
All lanes are back open after a crash cleared on I-35 southbound at Wells Branch Parkway, but the opposite direction, I-35 northbound at Kyle at FM 150. An accident blocks off two right lanes, causing a 30-minute backup. and all lanes are blocked off due to a crash on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. I can't rest the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and that short smells like a dog car. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. The holiday hustle is real. The traffic, the crowds, the never-ending to-do list.
And nowhere to park. Perfect.
That's why drivers use ParkWiz. They already save up to 50% when they book ahead. This holiday season, use promo code JINGLE10 in the ParkWiz app for an extra 10% off your next reservation. Because during the holidays, every minute and every dollar counts. ParkWiz. Less circling, more celebrating. Download the ParkWiz app and use code JINGLE10 to save an extra 10% today. Offer valid through December 31st. App reservations only. Limit 1 per user.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news. Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Specs has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBET AM Austin, your home for the horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app. Join the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, each day from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Craig Way Show on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. We got a chance yesterday, Mark, to talk to Camden Heide, the transfer from Purdue, who had 2 years of eligibility left and decided that he wanted to be Texas Longhorn. So yesterday, one of the questions that was asked of him in front of the reporters was, Coach, let's be honest. When we listen to Coach Miller, he is very direct, he is blunt, and he tells it like it is. There's no sugarcoating anything that he is talking to you about the team. And it seems to be that is who Cam Heide takes his lead from, because he too was very open, very honest. He was very critical of himself and the team in certain instances. But as anything else, you want to know how iron is sharpening iron, and how are you guys getting better, and who brings the best out of you?
Yeah, I would say Dalen Swain for sure. I mean, he's one of the tougher guys that I've ever had to guard. Just his ability to get downhill. He's strong. He's a bigger wing. But I think, like you said, the competitiveness starts from Coach Miller. It's every single day. Even on off days, I can still feel the competitiveness coming from the practice facilities, from wherever he's at. It's a competitive environment all the time, in the weight room, on the practice court, before and after games, at shoot around, it's all the time. So that's something that I really credit to Coach Miller, because he spread that throughout the team, and I think that's something that we're continuing to get better at, is having a better competitive mindset each and every day.
Cam Heide's shooting 60% from the field, Mark, but he's shooting 54.8% from three-point land. And one of the things that he pointed out about the team and himself when they were watching the film, a lot of people keep reverting back to that Virginia game where they were absolutely dominated. It was 88-69. They weren't getting any of the loose balls. That game, it just seemed like every shot that Virginia took was uncontested. And he said he lives for that video, because it brings out the best of them when they realize how ineffective they were on distracting what Virginia was trying to do.
Well, I'm a strong proponent of aggressive basketball, and Coach Miller, his style is very aggressive, especially on the offensive side. I would really like to see Heine start to shoot the ball more, draw up more plays for him. His statistics prove that he can make the shots. So give the guy more shots. And if he respects Swain, then make a two-man game. Like, start doing stuff that is conducive to them having more success with the guys. And I criticize Pope, but I see Pope as being a valuable piece. It's just a matter of giving people roles. Like, are you the facilitator or are you the scorer? And it changes. It should change on who you play. Some nights you need to tell Pope, hey, you got a guy in front of you, you got the green light. And then there's some nights as, hey, Swain has a guy that we want to try to expose him. Let's get him the ball in the best situation we can get him to get downhill. Like everybody has to play together. I think that Coach Miller is going to figure this out. And I said 10 games, it may be less than that. And we're right there at that point.
Yeah, Texas has done some things differently when you start to look at it. And Pope has been asked to shoot the ball quite a bit. And so when you start to look at the scores, he scored at every level that he's played. He scored here last year. He scored when he was at his previous college. So he's going to score the basketball, and that's kind of his MO, is he's a shooter. But to your point, when you bring some other guys in and understanding what their roles are each game, and those are the types of things that I continue to look at as well. Those guys have been working their behinds off. You can see them start to get a little bit better every single time. And now they put themselves in a position of success. And we're getting closer and closer to that moment where Texas will be into the conference play. And that's the 3rd of January. They play Mississippi State at home to kick off the the SEC conference schedule, but they have one more game on Monday against Maryland Eastern Shore. That game will tip off at 7 o'clock. You can hear all of that right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. But that'll be their final test, and then they'll be on Christmas break. Then they'll come back, and then they'll get ready to open up the SEC schedule against Mississippi State. So that's the other part of this, too. You're putting in all this work, and you're getting yourself prepared, but then you got the Christmas break, the fall semester is over, and you get a few days off to relax and get your body right, but then you got to get right back to it and get after it.
Well, you know that in sports, you never really truly get a break. Everybody else gets a break, but you got to be your rear end at practice. You got to go and be accounted for at recovery. You got to do all of the things. If you don't call Hardge, if you don't show up to physical therapy and you got like a sore ankle, it's going to be hell to pay. You can't leave the campus.
Yeah.
You can't leave the campus. They're gonna be on the yard.
They're letting them go home for a little bit, though. He's letting them go home for a few days. He knows. We heard from Coach Miller at the very beginning. He said, when people need to rest, they need to rest, and they need to get off their feet, because he said that this is the only time of the year. Basketball is the only sport that goes into both semesters. Like, these guys are playing in both semesters. So you're at the end, you get worked on, you get all that stuff in the classroom, you got to lock in. And then when you come back from Christmas break, you're back on campus, you're working out again, and you got to go back to class.
Hardge, I can hear my coaches now from back then. You got 3 days.
Yeah.
And I need you back here doing what you need to do to play. If you're not here and there's other people here and they're going to be doing what they're supposed to do, don't think you're going to come in and just play. Yeah. So I suggest that they get your 3 days, and then while everybody else is still at home at 5 days, you're there getting it in.
Yep. It is a lot to be ready for and a lot to be thankful for. And Cam Heide is one of those guys that I'm glad he's on this team, because he was very open and honest about what he sees, what he feels, and how he holds himself accountable. And that way he can hold his teammates accountable as well. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. And in hour number 2, it's time, folks. It's time for college football playoffs, and we're about to get into it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeartRadio app. You know, starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo.
I just got an alert on my phone that there's going to be weather.
These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
We've been duped, hoodwinked, conned for 50 years. The lawn care industry sold us toxins in a bag and made our yards more toxic than a bad relationship. Sunday helps you ditch the chemicals and feed your lawn the good stuff. Soybean proteins, iron, seaweed, molasses. Ingredients that get your soil giggling like an overserved mom at the block party. Sunday uses clean ingredients and real science for thicker, greener grass. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, for a smarter, healthier yard. Get Sunday.com.
The world's best are chasing gold. Get inside the action and support the team. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program, for exclusive perks. Visit insider.usskiandsnowboard.org to join today.
Make your holiday gift sizzle with Heartland Steak CO. From USDA prime steaks to all-natural pork and chicken, every cut handpicked, flash frozen, and delivered straight from the Heartland, and perfect for family and friends and corporate gifts. Right now, you spend $199 or more, you get free shipping plus $25 off your order. Make sure you use the promo code DAN25. To order, go to heartlandsteakco.com and give the gift of flavor this holiday season. Here's the question. Can a security system stop a break-in before it happens? Traditional systems only take action after somebody's already inside, and that's too late. Simply Safe, designed to be proactive, stopping crime before it happens. When something looks off, live agents step in, acting early, not after, while you're asleep or in a meeting or anywhere else. Take 50% off any new system at simplysafedan.com. Again, simplysafedan.com. And remember, there is no safe like Simply Safe.
The holidays can get expensive, but streaming your favorite festive films and music doesn't need to be. The Vizio Smart TV experience makes it easy with Watch Free Plus and the iHeartRadio app built into every TV, giving you access to free holiday classics, new favorites, and playlists all season long. Add movies to your watch list and jump in anytime. Perfect for family movie nights and cozy evenings in. You can even take Watch Free Plus on the go with the Vizio mobile app. Head to Vizio.com/iHeartRadio to learn more and take advantage of the Vizio Smart TV experience today.
Make money predicting boxing, politics, culture, and more legally nationwide with Kalshi. From sports to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics, if it matters, you can trade on it. Will Jake Paul pull up the upset? Paul is trading at 14% to beat Anthony Joshua. This means if you put 100 down, you get $715 back if he wins. And for a limited time, use code IHEART and get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI.com. Trade involves risk. Kalshi.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, Kickoff. Good morning, Kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free in the iHeartRadio app. In hour number 1, we talked about the Rams falling to the Seahawks in overtime in what was the kickoff to a great NFL weekend, because there's a lot on the line, but the Rams fall short to the Seahawks. We also talked about Quinn Ewers and his ability to be the starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. We also had Texas basketball talk with Cam Heide and his thought about iron sharpening iron. Both the major news on the 40 acres. Texas make major moves and relieve Pete Kwiatkowski and Dwayne Akina of their duties and bring back one coach. Boom. And before we get into the college football playoffs, my man Mark Henry and I, we saw a title of an article that was written by the one and only Kirk Bowles, and he said, if the Texas offensive line was the trouble of this year, why are you changing your defensive coordinator? And then Mark said, that's a great question, and I'm curious to that as well. But with that being said, more and more you look at what happened and the fact that what I was talking about earlier about the being off on 3rd and 3 and being 10 yards off the ball and not making it tough for them to catch a hitch and fall forward, and the things that were happening, the prevent part of it, it kind of reared its ugly head in certain games.
Well, I believe this, Hardge, that you can't fix every problem at once. And I think that the aggressiveness of the defense and giving up some easy layups is over with. They wanted to fix that first. The offensive line issue is going to be fixed in the portal. You really can't do nothing until January 2nd. So it's a timing thing. They went with what is the most pressing, and then the thing that's the time will fix, which January 2nd, we'll hear all we need to hear. I got a list right now, and I think that I'm going to wait until Monday before I start talking about the potentials that Texas should go after and what they already have. Hopefully, God willing, and the creek don't rise, Goolsby stays, and you can upgrade at offensive guard, and we'll talk about all those guys and the options that are in the portal right now. There's about 7 guys that are in the portal. Texas needs at least 2 of them, and they're both guards. And one's a center, but I think that they're good with center. I think that if you get 2 dominant guards and you keep Arch Manning standing upright, the season can be really explosive for Texas.
Well, that's interesting. I can't wait to hear your take on the offensive line when we get to that point. So that'll be fun to talk about. But I want to talk college football playoffs because they are here. We've been waiting for it. No, I know our team is not involved in it, but there are college football playoff games this weekend, and they all start tonight at Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Sooners will be hosting the Alabama Crimson Tide. That game kicks off at 7 o'clock. You can watch it all on ABC or ESPN. Tomorrow morning, you've got Texas A&M hosting the Miami Dolphins. That game kicks off at 11. That, too, will be on ESPN. And then you got the 2 games that a lot of people are wondering, how are these games on? Ole Miss hosting Tulane. Tulane, I meant to wear my Tulane shirt today. Doggone it. They will be on TNT. That game kicks off at 2:30. And then James Madison and Oregon, they will kick off at 6:30 on TNT.
Hard as you can see, I'm in New York working, and I'll be coming back to Texas this afternoon. But Miss Henry will be in Norman, Oklahoma, at that Oklahoma-Alabama game, and I'll be getting direct sideline reporting. Well, not sideline, but she'll be in the first few rows up there with the families, being that Jacob is playing.
Trust me, it's sideline.
They don't want her on the sideline.
Well, you look at this game, and I know you got to take your Homer eyes and goggles off for your son's team, but what will it take for Oklahoma to win this game tonight?
They're going to have to play consistent ball, especially on third downs. They got to score. Field goals is not going to get it done. We always say that about the Cowboys. Why they drive down and they have to kick field goals? Oklahoma, John Mateers can't have the game that he had against LSU. He's got to go out there and he's got to put the ball in the end zone. And if you don't think you can do it with a throw, do it with your legs.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. But I look at Alabama, and I was listening to – forgot who I was listening to, but they were talking about the Kalen DeBoer deal, kind of like what I was saying. Is he on the hot seat? Is he looking over his shoulder the entire time now that he's at Alabama? Does this mean if he wins that he is – the hot seat kind of cools off? And it sounds crazy to call it in a hot seat because it's his second year. He's in the college football playoffs. They did lose 3 games, but that was because they played for an SEC championship. And if they didn't play for the SEC championship, would that have been something that people were mad at them about? Coach Sark always talks about those champagne problems, right?
Right.
That's exactly what Alabama has had throughout their career. Out their time, because they went from Nick Saban and all the games and championships and travel that they were doing, because it became second nature, and they get a little bit spoiled in those particular moments. But they're saying, we're spending all these money on these players, let's get into the playoffs. Well, now you're in there. Does he have to win to not have a one and done type of mindset of being in the playoffs and then lose that first game? Now people are back on his head again. This is a different Oklahoma team. Let's be honest about that.
Well, it's a different Oklahoma team than they faced early in the season, but it's also a different Alabama team. If Alabama was one of their best running backs was not playing in that game when they played Oklahoma early in the season, and they have an outstanding. He'll be drafted in the top 15 picks linebacker that was injured in that game and played I think he only played a quarter. So it'll be a different game. If these guys are back and healthy and they run into that buzzsaw, then Oklahoma's going to have to do more. They have an explosive defense, probably the best defense in the playoff right now. That defense is going to have to show up.
Definitely going to have to show up. I do want to talk about this game because that Texas A&M Miami game is one that a lot of folks believe that Texas A&M is going to be able to pull this off. But a lot of folks also look at what Miami is, and a team that some felt like shouldn't have been in the playoffs. They didn't play for the ACC championship, but now they're in the college football playoffs. They're on the road. And Eric Henry was talking about this yesterday as he was filling in for you. He said, I don't believe there'll be a lot of people from Miami leaving that area to come up to College Station to kick it on for this playoff game. So it'll be 100,000 strong, all for the Aggies.
Yeah, that's not a good environment you want if you're a Miami fan, because going into that stadium, regardless of you have a good team, when you go to Kyle Field, you better have a good support system, because all you're going to see is that wave and ocean, a fan rocking, and they hypnotize you, man. Like it's harder to play there. I'm so glad that Texas got to play A&M at home this year.
Yep. Well, they got to go there next year, and that is something that Texas is looking forward to, because once again, it'll be a game that'll just probably decide who's going to the college football playoffs, who's hosting, and who will be able to play for an SEC championship. The other games, obviously, Ole Miss is dealing with their own turmoil. The coaching changes. Everybody's trying to figure out who's going to be in the transfer portal, how much eligibility are guys getting. But they have to go out and win this game against a Tulane team that also is in transition. Their coach is back coaching them throughout the playoffs, but then he's going to leave and go take a new coaching job as well. So it's a lot going on in these college football playoffs.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'm praying that Texas does what they need to do to be the best for next year. But in this playoff, I want to know from you, who do you think and how this bracket is going to go?
Who do I think out of these teams that we just talked about?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Sooners. I'm taking the Aggies, obviously Ole Miss and Oregon. I'm pretty much going chalk. Well, the Sooners, I'm pretty much going chalk for this first round of the playoffs. And then after that, it gets a little bit more interesting, because the winner of Miami and Texas A&M will go and take on Ohio State. The winner of James Madison and Oregon will end up playing Texas Tech. The winner of Alabama, Oklahoma will play number 1, Indiana. And the Tulane and Ole Miss winner will take on Georgia. But the part that is really interesting is nobody's talking about Texas Tech. And that might be the team that has the last laugh at the end of the season. But we'll continue those conversations and so much more. And we'll ask our next guest, Ann Parker, if she thinks that Texas A&M or Texas Tech will have a chance to play for a national championship right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on that iHeart Radio app.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football. We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football, the Longhorn Radio Network from Learfield.
New Year's Eve, the Longhorns square off against Michigan in the Citrus Bowl. Our coverage begins at 1 o'clock.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
All lanes are closed down due to an early morning wreck on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake Road. The entrance ramp is closed off for an accident on I-35 northbound at FM 150. There's also an accident moved over to the right shoulder on I-35 going southbound at FM 1431. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Let's be real, Texas. Round here, egg salad isn't egg salad unless it's made with Miracle Whip. You know it, your neighbors know it. Heck, everyone from Amarillo to Brownsville knows it. That tangy zip of Miracle Whip doesn't just jazz up bland dishes. It's the reason you never have leftover egg salad. So here's to you for keeping it bold, keeping it zippy, and keeping Miracle Whip right where it belongs. In all your favorite recipes. Buy Miracle Whip at your local grocery store and get your tang on, Texas.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The world needs Sesame Street. And right now, Sesame needs you. Donate today at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
The Hall of Excellence, a premier museum experience at Fontainebleau in Las Vegas, continues to welcome visitors, exploring an unparalleled showcase of iconic moments from the 20th and 21st centuries. We got a chance to go in there, and you can go in there and you can spend a couple of hours. Some of the greatest memorabilia I've ever seen. The experience is elevated through the self-guided tour narrated by Morgan Freeman. You get immersed in the stories, the achievements, the unforgettable moments. It is great. Now, while you're at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, check out the Oasis Ice Rink, the Strip's largest ice rink. It's a real ice rink in the sparkling centerpiece of the resort's winter wonderland. Now, they have movie nights, DJ nights as well. There's always a gathering under the Vegas sky for the beloved holiday movie favorites as well. The whole family can enjoy. It's an experience. Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. Every visit invites you to celebrate greatness, embrace the season, and make memories that shine brighter than ever.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price you see is the price you get. Like a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT with $15,000 off MSRP. No required dealer accessories when you arrive. No market adjustments. And we have over 40 lenders competing for your business. And when banks compete, you save. That's why Henna is Austin's favorite Chevy dealership. For a lower price made easy. Together, let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Around the holidays, it's hard to find the right gifts, but you know what's even harder? Getting the right gift. And Verizon is here to help. This holiday, Verizon's giving you incredible gifts and savings you'll enjoy all year. When you switch, you'll get 4 new iPhone 17s. No trade-in needed. Save big on 4 lines and the iPhone 17 for every line. Save big this holiday. Visit Verizon today. Additional terms apply. For phone offers, see Verizon.com for details.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
It's a feel-good football Friday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. And we always get a chance to talk to our girl, Ann Parker Coleman of KView. And there's a lot that is happening on the 40 acres and continues to happen on the 40 acres. But my question to you, when the news came out yesterday that PK was being relieved of his duties, did it send shockwaves through the newsroom over at KView as well?
Shockwaves? I don't even think that's the right way to put it. Like, I just couldn't even believe it. I think I saw it a little bit afterwards on Twitter. I say a little bit afterwards. By the time I saw it, a couple people had reported it, which is good. Because if I just read the email that was sent to us, I would have been like, oh, somebody's pulling our leg. Like, I don't believe this.
Right.
Yeah, shockwaves is a good way to put it. I don't think anybody saw that coming whatsoever. But we're going to talk to Sark this morning. So that is going to be good. We're going to get a little more clarity, get some answers. But really, I just feel like this is a move that kind of shows like Sark is willing to do whatever it takes to win next year. And it's not even next year. I mean, gosh, like if you were thinking about this, I'm surprised that it didn't happen earlier or after the bowl game, but like you want to win next year. You also want to win the bowl game because you fired your DC before the bowl game. So like that clearly shows you're ready to move on and you're ready to make some big moves in order to win.
Miss Ann Parker Coleman, I got to give you this. That looks like a Vandegrift hat. Is that a Vandegrift hat?
It does look like a Vandegrift. It is a very sun-dried, very old University of Virginia hat that has been sitting in my car, and it probably shouldn't be sitting on my head because it looks so old and dusty, but that's just what we pulled out of the closet this morning. But hey, wow. Hats off to Vandegrift for a good season. I'm bummed they're not.
You had a great season.
But yeah.
You know, I want to say congratulations on KView being the best channel in Austin. Like, congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to think that our sports team has something to do with this, but unofficial, now official, always been best in my books.
No doubt. As always, we appreciate that because you guys do a great job. And as you talked about, that newsroom was in shock, just like everybody else. But now the move is being made. We're gonna, like you said, we're gonna hear from Coach Sark today. You can listen to his press conference right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, starting at 11 o'clock with myself and Cam Parker. And of course, then Coach Sark will take the microphone at 11:15. But to your point, this is an interesting time for the move because Texas is beginning bowl preps. They're working out. They're doing all the things they need to do for that. But now what do you do when you bring in a brand new defensive coordinator? How is this going to work in the middle of this bowl game?
Yeah, again, it's just such a weird time to do it. And you know what, the thing, you got to give Texas their credit. They never get rid of somebody without having a succession plan. Like, they were not going to, be rid of PK without an amazing new hire that they felt really excited about. And if it's an amazing new hire that you feel really excited about, well, is probably, hopefully going to be one that you're so excited about that you want to get them in before, as soon as possible. And that's clearly what they're doing. I just feel like he's just more aggressive. And I think looking at PK, like, I think this past year, we were thinking that maybe bringing in Dwayne Aquina would help make, I don't know, the defense a little more cohesive, a little bit more aggressive. That clearly didn't happen. So, put all the chips in the middle. Arch Manning is back next year. Like, if there's a time to win, it is next year. And I feel like Sark and the entire coaching staff feels that heat, and that's why they're able to make these crazy, somewhat desperate moves.
Well, I got a chance to bring in, for the defense, you can still use Johnny Nansen because he's still here and he knows the calls and what the expectations are if you're not going to implement Will Muschamp in all the way. But you go to the website, Will Muschamp is already up on the website. He's already – they've already –
They move fast in the athletic department.
Yeah, it is. It is all the way live. But I want to talk basketball because yesterday you were part of the press availability for Camden Heide. Very impressive young man, very direct about his intentions and what he sees from this basketball team. When you were listening yesterday, what were one of your biggest takeaways from what he had to say about this team, where they are and where they're headed?
Yeah. I like that you said he was direct. Honestly, Hardge, it's a lot like Coach Miller. That guy is direct as can be. You said it on the call yesterday. He does not sugarcoat. And what I liked the most that Cam said was he kind of had the same approach. And we talked about the University of Virginia game where, let's just be honest, they looked really bad. They did not look like a very good basketball team. And he echoed as much. And he said that was kind of a turning point in their season. Like he didn't dance around the subject. He said that they were soft and that it was a lack of effort, and that since that game, we've seen a lot of defensive improvements from them. And I just liked that he was kind of owning up to the fact that it hadn't looked pretty. And a lot of it was like on toughness.
Right. Mark?
Well, I mean, you it's hard to avoid that when we saw it with our own eyes. I mean, like, there were guys that were unabated cutters. Nobody checked them. Nobody impeded their progress. There were open shots. When I say open shots, I mean off the dribble, guys stepping back 3 steps and you getting a wide open shot. How does that happen? It was they didn't look focused. They didn't look like they were engaged. I don't know if something happened. Was there an argument, a fight, whatever the deal is? I hope they got it rectified because, the Longhorn fan base don't deserve that effort.
Yeah, and I remember them saying the same thing afterwards. Like, it's a bad game if some of the players get on the mic and apologize to the fans, and the head coach is apologizing to the fans. And, no matter what happened before the game, I mean, that's what Cam echoed it wasn't anything schematically. That's not why they were playing poor. It was a lack of effort and a lack of focus. They looked out of focus and just weak and soft. And I will say that because that's what they have all self-admittedly said. And again, they're getting there. I think, this is also maybe just new age college basketball. It's really hard to get all of these new players and a new coach and expect them to be playing, this amazing brand of basketball a couple weeks into a season when, my God, they probably met each other like a few months ago. Like none of them know each other's middle names, where they're from. I mean, some of them, they don't speak the same first languages. Like, this is a very interesting dynamic that we have with this basketball team. A lot of international players, and Coach Miller, I will say, I like him, but he is not your typical he's not Vic Schaefer. He's not Coach Sloss. Like, he doesn't have this. He's not very Texas in personality. He's Italian. And so I asked. I was like, gosh, like, this is just a very interesting team. Like, I asked Cam, like, what would you say the personality of this team is? Because it's different from every other Texas team that we have. And he was like, you know what? We're a team that tries really hard, and it hasn't really always shown through, but we're hyper competitive and are just looking to prove that to ourselves and prove it to other people too. So I think, as they get a little bit more time together, we're going to see that identity, that competitiveness, and that effort piece a little bit more as the season goes on.
I never even looked at that. That's a good point of view. And like you got German players, African players, Russian players, an Italian coach. Like there's a lot of mixing that needs to get, kind of amalgamized.
Yeah. And you look at every other roster in Texas, and I would say, baseball, football, most of those athletes, majority are in-state players. So it's very different from anything else that, you'll see on the 40 acres. But again, it's so in the early stages, and this is just kind of how it works now with the way that their transfer portal is. But I say that it'll get better as they go on. guys, you got one more game until it really ramps up. You have one more non-conference game on the 22nd, and then guess what? SEC play starts, and you got to be ready for that. So hopefully the break, too, will help them. I think maybe just getting home for a few days like they all get to do and getting a little time away from basketball and then coming back, that'll also help.
Before we let you go, which team do you see continuing on in the college football playoffs? Is it the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies or is it the Texas Tech Red Raiders?
Ooh, I'm gonna go at. I've thought about this a lot, but I haven't really thought about like Texas Tech or A&M. I think if I'm gonna give like my end all be all, I think Indiana's gonna win it. I think it could be Indiana, Ohio State in the end again, or maybe Georgia. But I mean, out of those two, I think I like Texas Tech better. And I say, if it wasn't for that Texas A&M game, I would have said Texas A&M, but they just, I'll go Texas Tech. They've shown no flaws.
And those people are getting their guns up because they're excited that you picked the Red Raiders. There she is, Ann Parker Coleman of KView, the number one award-winning sports show in Austin, Texas. Thank you, AP. Have a great, great weekend and enjoy your vacation time.
Thanks, guys. See y'all.
Appreciate you. There she is, Ann Parker Coleman of KView. Coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
A stalled vehicle blocks off the right lane on I-35 northbound at Parmer, causing things to be a little slow from Tech Ridge Boulevard. All lanes are closed down due to an early morning crash on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake Road, and the entrance ramp is back open on I-35 northbound at FM 150. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
All right, folks, here's the Saturday blueprint. You wake up, you get your horns up, and you ice down the cooler. Crack a Bud Light and let the rest of the day take care of itself. It's simple, it's smooth, and of course, it's undefeated. Just like a perfect Texas game day should be. Because Bud Light is the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, it's easy to drink, it's easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Hook 'em.
Whether you're handling divorce amicably or need help navigating a more complicated split, Hello Divorce can help you sort it out. Their innovative online platform makes divorce easier, less stressful, and a lot more affordable. You'll get access to lawyers, mediators, and financial experts without retainers, surprise fees, or legal jargon. Thousands have trusted Hello Divorce. See why Hello Divorce is the highest rated online divorce platform on Trustpilot. Find support at hellodivorce.com.
Did you miss the Bitcoin wagon? Millions got rich because they got in on a technology you still don't understand. But the crypto gang got greedy, handing control of the Bitcoin network to China. This carelessness gives us a second chance called Texacoin. You're invited on the Texacoin journey. We'll guide you through this new frontier to claim your share of the profits. Don't let your friends get rich without you. Secure your seat as we take Texacoin to the moon and beyond. Learn more at texacoin.org. This is an investment that carries risk. Texacoin.org.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to get exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
Pick up Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free, plus receive 2 times O-Rewards points at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, sunshine for your Friday, a high near 70, clear tonight, a low of 50. Saturday, sunshine, a high in the upper 70s, a low of 52.
This report is sponsored by O'Keefe's Working Hands Hand Cream.
Listen, if rubbing your hands together sounds like this, you need O'Keefe's Working Hands Hand Cream. It instantly relieves extremely dry, cracked hands. O'Keefe's, look for the green package.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
That's what I do! That's what I do!
You heard the beat drop. That can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
All right.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man. Marcus, back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Oh, Marcus did that. You can't see me. He's a little old to John Cena. But
no,
Marcus.
No. It's because we can't see you.
Well, that's not my fault. I mean, I got the camera on. Can you see me now?
Go ahead. Just keep going. Do your thing.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say. But I do know this. University of Texas has done a service to the team by the change. And a lot of people may be like, well, why the timing? Why right now? And we talked about that in the last segment. The defense was the thing that you can handle right now. The offensive line you can't handle until the portal. So that's not going to be till the 2nd of January. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But right now, when you bring in Coach Muschamp, you bring in a coach that is aggressive in nature. He comes across very not domineering, but it's a dictatorship the way that he coaches. And Hardge and I, we both were under the same impression this year that Texas was as good of players as they had and as good as their defense was, and all the players, the 5-star guys, why would they not be more aggressive in style and in coverage? Play 5 yards off the ball, play bump and run off the ball, and they wouldn't do it. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. And Emmanuel Acho, who former Longhorn, had a real good saying. Marcus, you got that sound?
Yo, I'm about to cry in public. Will Muschamp back at Texas. This is a game changer. Will Muschamp is the greatest teacher of defensive football I have ever been around. I had Will Muschamp my freshman, sophomore, and junior year at Texas. I think we have the number 3 overall defense, the number 5 overall defense, like the number 3 overall defense. It was us, it was Bama, it was Florida. Will Muschamp understands defensive football, I would suggest, greater than any mind in the collegiate game. Remember, Muschamp was the co-defensive coordinator for those back-to-back Georgia defensive teams that won national championships over the last 4 or 5 years. Will Muschamp coaches with a tenacity and an attention to detail that you do not find. It is an uncommon passion for the game of football. Texas, this isn't good news. This might be the greatest news in the last 3-4 years. Signing Will Muschamp is better than any recruit, because Will Muschamp can turn a 3-star recruit high into an NFL draft pick. Will Muschamp can turn a 5-star recruit into a top 10 pick. Will Muschamp ain't nothing like him, bruh. He's crazy. He's a crazy man, but ain't nothing like him, bruh. That's my man, and he needs to call me back. Champ, if you're watching this, I swear you better call me back.
That is the intensity and the excitement around players that have played for him, that understand that they're going to get put in situations where their talent is going to get the shine. Think about if Manny Muhammad had a couple of moments where he was playing press coverage rather than being 11 yards from the line of scrimmage, Hardge. He would have had chances to prove that he was who he was. And I think that that's the kind of play that guys will gravitate to and want to come to Texas. There's going to be a guy that's in the portal that plays corner that's going to say, oh, shoot, with that pass rush, I get to play 5 yards off the ball from this guy? Oh, yeah, I'm going to Texas. And Texas is going to pull the trigger on these people. And the toughness, we talked about the toughness of Texas, Hardge, probably about 5 times this season. Wow, we just didn't come in aggressive enough. Well, aggressiveness has arrived. What say you?
There's a lot to unpack right there, but I will say this. Of course, Emmanuel Acho is going to say that about a guy that he played for. If you go and look at some of the comments from some of the players that played for PK that are now in the NFL, they're saying the exact same thing. They're saying that they got a lot out of them from that. So I understand the joy and the excitement of all the Texas people that were here back in those heydays, but those heydays were a long time ago. Those heydays with that, you look at what this defense was over the last couple years. As I said before, you got All-Americans on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
You have guys that are going to the NFL that are playing. So it wasn't all about PK. It might have been some of the players not executing the calls, not understanding what their responsibilities were supposed to be. It's easy to put the onus on the coaching staff and certain things. I get it. I feel you. Be excited about it.
If you notice, Hardge, he did say he's one of the greatest teachers of the game.
Yeah, he did. But there's other coaches on that staff that need to be elevated in teaching as well. As I talked about before, Coach Sark, you grew up under Saban, and you're going to tell me he wasn't a micromanager? You're going to tell me he wasn't somebody that was on his coaches all the time? You see him berate Lane Kiffin on the sideline. So there are some things that have happened that need to be addressed, but it wasn't all on the defensive side of the ball. Run game was weak this year, and there's some things that need to be fixed. Well, we'll close out the show, send you to Dan Patrick, Jake Paul, and Anthony Joshua. When is this going to stop? All right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Be safe, Mark.
All right, guys.
The Texas Longhorns are bowling in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl New Year's Eve against the Michigan Wolverines. Twin Peaks Round Rock has all your game day action. Come out for Longhorns game day beginning at 11 a.m. Join me, Cameron Parker, alongside Mike Hardball Hardge and Mark Henry as we break down Texas versus Michigan with special that burnt orange energy. We'll see you there. Book 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A stalled vehicle blocks off the right lane on I-35 northbound at Parmer, causing things to be a little slow from Tech Ridge Boulevard. All lanes are closed down due to an early morning crash on FM 973 northbound and southbound at Decker Lake Road, and the entrance ramp is back open on I-35 northbound at FM 150. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke, dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas, or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Make money predicting boxing, politics, culture, and more legally nationwide with Kalshi. From sports to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics, if it matters, you can trade on it. Will Jake Paul pull up the upset? Paul is trading at 14% to beat Anthony Joshua. This means if you put 100 down, you get $715 back if he wins. And for a limited time, use code IHEART and get $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI.com. Trade involves risk. Kalshi.
At Leaf Johnson Ford in Austin, Manor, and Buda.
You'll love it at Leaf.
That's right. You'll love it. At any Leaf Johnson location, what you see is what you pay with no hidden add-ons. We're here to help you through the entire process in person at one of our 3 locations, or we'll bring it to you and do the entire transaction online.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Visit one of our 3 locations in Austin, Buda, or Manor, or online at leafjohnsonford.com.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news, Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Specs has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
The world's best ski and snowboard athletes are chasing medals. Now you can follow their every move. Join Insider, the official U.S. ski and snowboard fan loyalty program, and get premium viewing at World Cup ski events, exclusive athlete meetups, discounts from brands you love, and a custom welcome gift mailed direct to your doorstep. This winter, show your support as they race for the podium. Head to insider.usskiandsnowboard.org and join today.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Trainer Games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Get ready for the wildest sight your lawn has ever seen. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. This spring, unleash soil science like never before. Witness your custom lawn plan and the transformation to a soft green paradise.
Sorry, just trying to get your attention. Sunday is a boringly simple way to get a green, healthy yard. No harsh stuff, no big trucks, no chaos. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-616-1997. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-616-1997. That's 800-616-1997. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This season, fill your home with more than decorations. Fill it with festive playlists, nostalgic films, and classic games that bring everyone together. With Sonos, the holidays come to life with speakers that connect throughout your home, wrapping all your guests in rich, detailed sound. Because the best gift doesn't sit under the tree. It plays in every room. Spread joy that lasts long after the season. Explore Sonos soundbars, speakers, and more at Sonos.com.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Texas women's basketball plays here.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart app. Make sure you tune in all week long. Get over to the podcast page wherever you miss your podcast and check out all of the latest. We had great guests all week long, and we ended it with our good friend Ann Parker Coleman of KView. KView was voted this past week as the top sports channel in Austin, in the inaugural Austin Sports Awards. I want to get into this conversation because, yes, we talk a lot about Texas football, and make sure you tune in this afternoon this morning, starting at 11 o'clock. Myself and Cam Parker will be at the stadium for a news press conference from Coach Sark, talking about the latest moves that he has made. And, of course, he's going to probably bring up the Cheez-It Bowl and what the expectations are moving forward. But we are your home for Texas athletics, so make sure you keep it locked here all day long. Also, tune in to the Craig Way Show this afternoon with our guy Jake Herman filling in for Craig, as Craig is at Jerry World for the high school football playoffs as the football season, high school football season officially comes to an end today, tomorrow night at Jerry World. All right, I want to get into this because tonight there is a boxing, I don't even want to call it a match at this point. And the reason why is because Jake Paul once again has hijacked boxing. Now, with that being said, he has done a great job with it. He's a great promoter. He's got people wanting to watch these types of fights, but he's fighting a guy in Anthony Joshua who is an absolute monster when you sit back. And if you've ever watched any of Anthony Joshua's matches, his boxing matches, you know that this dude will absolutely hurt somebody. And for me, I'm curious to why in the world is he taking this fight? Because look at who he is and what he's been able to do in his career. He is 28-4 with 25 knockouts. He stands 6'6" and is an absolute monster when it comes to knocking people out. His last fight, though, was September of last year, 2024, and he ended up losing by knockout in the 5th round. Now, he's 36 years old, and I'm just curious to the fact of why. Why does he feel it's important for him to take on a guy that is quote unquote a YouTube star, a person who always seems to fight guys that he knows is going to win, but yet they say it's not rigged. Is this guy a true boxer? Is he someone that people look at and take absolutely seriously? And the Paul brothers, I talked to Mark about this before. He says that his brother is one of the best athletes in wrestling, the way he moves, the way he handles it. He's a professional. But yet I look at this boxing Paul, and I am just curious to how this all is going to play out. Marcus, as someone who has been around this and understood what this is all about, how do you feel when you hear about this type of boxing match that will take place tonight on Netflix again? It's crazy to me.
Well, when it comes to, I'm a huge big boxing fan. I've been for the longest. It is irritating that these gimmick fights are becoming the big fights, but it shows that promotion over everything, and that's what's been killing boxing over the years. Is it's done a bad job of promoting itself, and I think what added to the Paul brothers in general, as in they're promoting in boxing, is you remember when Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones?
Yeah.
Who was on that card?
Don't remember.
Paul was on that card.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't remember.
But here's the key. Some people do remember. And what happens when it comes to the Paul brothers is people do not like them. Even before they was boxing, people did not like them.
Yeah.
People always think about you promote, the guys that people want to see is the guys who win. Sometimes the person people want to see is the guys they want to see lose.
Yeah.
And what happens is
that's everything.
Jake Paul in general has been fighting guys who are athletes, but not boxers, but who are athletes, and a couple of boxers. And he's beaten them, and it has frustrated fans to the point that they want to see somebody knock him out, and that is Anthony Joshua.
Well, that's my point. Is like, okay, so are we going to get to see that, or is this another one of those? Hey, man, I want to make this money hit your account so you don't go out there and just beat the snot out of me. Because Anthony Joshua is a boxer. He is a champion. He's a 6'6" guy. Did you see that weigh-in yesterday? Did you see the face-off? He was he was underneath his chin.
It looked like the video game Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Exactly. That's exactly what it looked like. And I keep waiting for Glass Joe to get knocked out, but he continues to find a way to be in this big-time matchup every single time.
Until it happens, it's going to be must-see TV for those who want to see.
I'll be watching tonight because I never, ever, I've yet to watch one of these fights.
A good quote I've always paid attention to: for those people who like those sorts of things, those are the sorts of things those sort of people like.
Well, I'm a watch because I've yet to watch this guy fight at all, and I don't believe that we should be paying all this money for this.
Well, you're not paying. Well, you're paying with Netflix.
Well, I'm just saying, like you are. People are going to these. People are selling these out. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, but those are the internet sports fans. Those are the YouTuber sports fans.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
No doubt about it. Well, make sure you tune in on Monday. We got a short week next week, obviously because of Christmas, but we'll be breaking it all down. But most importantly, make sure you stay locked in today, 11 o'clock, right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Myself and Cam Parker from the stadium as Coach Sark talks to the media about this new hiring and what's next for this Texas Longhorn football team. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge, and just remember this: don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Have a great, great weekend, and tune in to all those football games. Peace.
Mark Henry here. If you want to start your day the sweet way, I have just the place for you. Shipley's Donuts and Drip